on.
You guys want more markers or colors and stuff? There's some over there. We draw.
Funny, I was like, no kidding, you're I was like, no kidding, you're from Arizona, so are those guys. Oh.
Yeah, there's even more Arizona people.
Oh, no, this is the guy that was biking. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, the bicycle guy's here.
Ended on December 27th.
She was wow. 5:30.
65 days.
65 days to make it from California to DC.
California, DC. There's some people that do it. I mean, those guys that race across the country, they do it in, I don't know, 36 or 48 hours.
Unbelievable.
Those guys do, but they're bicyclists. I had never ridden a bicycle more than 10 miles in one direction in my life.
So how'd you commit to do something like that?
Well, it was back in the days when I did a walk a long time ago. Back in July of last year, I walked around the island of Oahu. And that started the idea. People started talking about walks. And then that girl, Kelly Halderson, walked from, she walked 40 miles in one day.
Wow.
In New Hampshire.
40 miles in one day?
In one day. She walked from her home.
How's that possible?
It was amazing. Because I walked 25 miles a day.
Seems like you'd have to run to do that.
Yeah. I walked 25 miles a day for 5 days in a row. She walked 40 miles, and I was amazed. I couldn't, by the end of 20 miles, I couldn't really, I made it, but I was dying. But then the forum's nuts with this idea of walking across the country, right? And everybody was talking about how they're gonna, let's walk across the country. And I'm like, guys, do you know what you're thinking about doing? I mean, this isn't like, well, we'll have relay teams. I'll walk 10 miles. I'll walk 10 miles. I'm like, guys, do you guys realize, who's gonna meet who out in the middle of the Mojave Desert and pass the torch, At what, 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
So then it turned into the march, the walk across Americas. When we had the city walks, everybody organized to walk in different cities on the same day. It was LA. There was a bunch of people the idea morphed into that. But because of that, we had talked about the idea of a cross-country thing, and the only way we knew to do it was through bicycles. And so I threw myself in as a guinea pig. And the grassroots carried me the whole way.
Nice.
I spent a few grand on I spent what I had at the time, setting up and getting there. But by the time I made it to Arizona, I was more or less broke.
Oh, really?
I had accounts I could tap, but I didn't. They're not accounts I should tap.
Right.
So. But the grassroots just carried me.
Nice.
I just had a chip in, and every town I stopped in, people were like, here, take. They'd pass the hat. They put me up everywhere. So I really appreciate everybody standing up for this country, man.
Awesome.
Because it's the only way we're going to get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more people than ever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's growing every day.
Well, it's good seeing you again. I can't believe we're seeing you again, man.
Yeah.
So it's very exciting.
Are you guys thinking about going to St. Paul?
As of right now, Bree and I know.
Yeah.
So
I'm definitely.
Do you think the Federal Reserve belongs to the federal government? Yeah. Okay. Private bank. Conflict of interest. Private bank. We got one.
can I get your poster? Cool, thank you very much. Digging y'all's posters.
I don't know if they're going to pay any attention to us or not, but it is fun.